When you were starting out, was there a specific amount that you decided, okay, I'll invest this much, or was there a percentage from your income that you decided to put in?
I put almost everything.
Oh wow!
Because I just felt my parents were there.
Okay,
and,
okay.
I get to be tight and I can still ask for some money, but I focused on putting everything that I can, just taking out a small amount for my daily upkeep. So it's basically almost all investments.
Okay.
And then I just felt this is the time to take a risk because as I've said, I have some sort of a security blanket.
If there's one thing that you would give as a tip for people who are starting out, what's the one best investment advice you could give them?
Well, basically, the first advice is just to start. There are a lot of options out there, but people still don't make that big decision to execute. See, a lot of us learn many things from many mentors, but there are only a few who actually execute on their newfound information and knowledge. Second is get into investments that make them participate in the economy. We really have a lot of growth, many things happening in our country, but unfortunately, it's our very own people who are not taking advantage of it and grow their portfolio over.
What's different from where we were 10 or 20 years ago? What should make Filipinos excited to invest?
As a practitioner, somehow I've gotten myself into appreciating this more by being on the ground. You can just imagine the type of business that people have, the type of commissions that salespeople earn, employees and construction workers that are going to have jobs and money to consume. You can just imagine that kind of growth, right? Before, you look at road networks, you look at skyways. I have fun now because I can get out of the house and be in the airport in 15 minutes, right? It's a big thing for me. But before, it takes a lot of time. So all of these progress taken together will bear a lot of fruit, and it's just exciting to have everyone involved.
When you were starting out, what caused you to actually start investing? That it did not just remain as knowledge, but it was something that you needed to. I needed to do this. I needed to start.
I have to be honest about it. It's a set of friends that actually influence you.
Okay.
Before working, before getting exposed, after college, your idea would be saving in banks. Your idea would just be setting aside money. And let's just say starting to earn money, your propensity and focus will be to spend. Because, there was a time when you just asked for money. Now you're making your own. And certainly the next step is to be empowered to like execute and spend all the money. But, I had friends who are involved in the markets. I had friends who told me that they're doing this and they're doing that, and certainly step by step I was able to learn from them and copied them. Later on I'd probably have my own strategy. I'd probably have my own views of the market, but at first I was just like getting inputs from them, and I'm just part of the bandwagon until I realized this is the right thing to do and I have to take it really seriously.
When you were starting out, was there a specific amount that you decided, okay, I'll invest this much, or was there a percentage from your income that you decided to put in?
I put almost everything.
Oh wow!
Because I just felt my parents were there.
Okay.
And, I get to be tight and I can still ask for some money, but I focused on putting everything that I can, just taking out a small amount for my daily upkeep. So it's basically almost all investments.
Okay.
And then I just felt this is the time to take a risk because, as I've said, I have some sort of a security blanket at that time.
So the younger you are, if you're not a breadwinner, you invest as much as you can.
Exactly. Because when you go wrong, you cannot really get hurt that much, right? I'm just looking at, and again, this kind of ages me. My salary was 1,800 a month.
Okay.
Right? So, and at that time, you probably have 300, 400 bucks, you're done for the month. So total residual would be all investments. Now, I'm saying I can always fall back on asking for my parents' help or taking a loan from my siblings, but I never got into that. That kind of discipline also, showed me that, okay, if I now have a base that's growing, then any emergency can put me at a much
higher level.
Yeah, at a higher level. So somehow it's different. I risked everything and then I realized, oops, I need to have an emergency fund, right? So I got some emergency fund going, and then sky's the limit.
When you were starting out, not everyone has that kind of mindset that you'd invest everything. When I started out working, I would also invest as much as this, so I can relate to that. But most of my friends, they would like to go out on trips. They would want to buy stuff. What caused you to think that way?
It's really delayed gratification. And my mom said, there are only two things that you need to choose: enjoy now and suffer a bit later, or suffer a bit now and enjoy later. So, and it's basically that. I mean, delaying that gratification. A lot of people kind of get to demonize my cars and my watches, right? But they don't know the journey.
Okay.
They don't know what took me there. I was already president of PAMI. I was still eating lunch in the office. I was like bringing baon from our house, right? Now people see the way I'm spending, and they don't realize, hey, before I got to this, I earned that.
Okay.
Right? And this is why I tell people it's a whole journey. Don't look at the Taipans who are there now. I mean, look at what they've done when they were starting.
Yeah.
And that's what I look at as a template. If I'd want to get to where they are, I'd probably have to go through what they went through.
Yeah.
Right? We taught them, we spoke in all of these forums, they executed, some of them invested, and then they stopped. Right? Markets went plunging, 6.9, 6.7, 6. Oh, I'm losing money. Some of them even got their money back and said, I'm never gonna touch that market again. Right? There are other guys who probably would say, okay, I hope it comes back, so I'll just hang on to this. See, the problem here is this: once they recover and are a little bit from it, they'll probably take the money out.
Yeah.
Right? But you see, if you were a real investor, and a real investor does this continuously, you would have invested at 6.7, you would have invested at 6.50, 6.6, right? And even as it went up, 6.9, 6.950, and it's about 7.7 now, right?
Yeah.
So the guys who even invested at 8,000 plus could be earning a lot of money now because they continuously did it, right? So it's something that you continuously do. Investing is not a one-time thing. A one-time thing is called a bet, right? That's gambling, right? A person who does this on a regular basis is investing. The problem with Filipinos, we do it the other way around. We invest one time, big time. And you know what we put money regularly on? It's the lotto. That's what you gamble on, and that's what you use a regular investing platform for. So we have it the other way around, and I hope we're able to make a difference to them so that they'll have the proper mindsets and behavior to take them through and fulfill their dreams.